Howdy, hello, and welcome back. My name is Sagé Preferred.
And I'm Amber Valentine.
And you're watching the 12th and season finale of
We're back for a celebratory episode of New News, as today we celebrate the season 1 finale.
With season 1 coming to a close, how are you feeling about this news and newer things to come, Amber?
I'm super excited.
Yeah, I mean, no tea, no shade. We're going to talk about it more so at the end of the episode. We've already kind of spoke to the last episode, but we're gonna spill some more tea. We got new outfit for today. We took it as Friday at the work office. Office, Fridays you get to wear jeans and your
it's like
shirt
the last day at work kind of thing.
Yeah, we got some things to talk about.
Yeah,
it's a little special episode. We got some special tea to spill at the end, but we've got a long episode ahead of us. So let's kick it off with our final segment of. So last time we were here in episode 11, we were actually promoting the Witches' Ball, which we were a part of.
And girl, was it a ball.
It was a lot. You were drunk.
I was gone.
You were
There's like a
drunk.
good, probably 20-minute gap that I don't recall.
Well, and the worst part is it was wine drunk.
Listen, them box wines though, them box wines be getting you.
Excuses.
The box wines be getting.
Excuses.
The box wines are boxed, mama.
I don't know. It was a very fun night. I had a lot of fun. I always have a fun time working with the Unitarian Church.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait for other things to come with the church. Yeah,
it was super fun. A week after my crazy night at the ball was another video on the Valentine vlog.
Yeah, this was episode 666.
Yeah,
where it was Halloween themed, of course, with the Halloween season that we are currently in. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about this video?
I actually like it. It's probably my favorite one thus far.
It was another late video.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, that one was on time.
Well, I'm saying it was because of the last.
Oh, yeah. So, which honestly, I'm kind of glad that I took that little break because episode 6 for Halloween. Mm-hmm. So,
worked out perfectly.
And it's all about, what I like about Halloween and what I think about Halloween.
Shortly after the release of your video, I actually headed down to Geneva, Alabama for a spooky edition at Camp Out.
And I heard through the grapevine that it was a wild time.
It was a wild time. I actually got sick the next morning after. Me and my partner, we stayed down there for the night. It's a gay RV, like a gay, I don't want to say RV camp because they have cabins and you can also tent there. We ended up staying in a little pop-up camper and it was a very nice time, but then the next morning I got sick.
Yeah.
Due to the chaos of this incredible show, this week's video on the Preferred channel was a little bit behind. However, it is now up and ready to be viewed by you. Getting Spooked with Amber, this was the video that we've kind of been hyping up on Newer News this entire Halloween season. Mm-hmm. We were originally supposed to go to Aatrox. I feel like that's a common known thing by now. But we did not go. We ended up going to Conjure Haunted Attraction, which we talk about in the video. And then we also, it touches up on the Witches' Ball too, performances at the Witches' Ball. Mm-hmm. It was a very fun video to make. I do remember rush making it because of not going to sleep till 1 o'clock in the morning from Camp Out. Having to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go or leave Camp Out. It was a very stressful time to get it situated, but it's up.
And it was kind of, it was a sleigh.
Yeah.
It turned out better than I thought it was going to.
I still haven't watched it through.
You haven't watched any of your videos. So.
No, I haven't. Make sure to catch Getting Spooked with Amber today.
While you're there,
catch up on last week's video, Becoming Ookie Spooky. Amber, have you caught up on the most recent Becoming episode?
No, I don't need to.
Why?
Because I don't need to. You already told me about it.
Why haven't you watched it?
Because first off, I haven't watched.
Because you're terrified of clowns.
No,
that's the tea.
Yeah, I'm terrified. Like deathly terrified of clowns.
That's the tea.
Like I remember when we were going through Conjure, and I was like right, like breathing down your neck. Like,
Yeah.
can we go faster, please?
So full TAs. Amber recorded this video for me, and literally would not look up at me. That's why at the end of the Instagram or TikTok, Facebook posts that were made today, you literally see me whispering, "Look up, look up, look up," because she wouldn't look at me.
No. Hey, you know what though? Those are some pretty good videos from what I hear.
Yeah.
With terrifying things in the air, we also saw some exciting new things resurface this week.
Yeah, so DIY
Good old
actually was
DIY.
resurrected, or the announcement of it last week was resurrected, and it's coming to Owls on 7.
Yeah.
And the first one is going to be in November, and it's actually about, the theme is dead celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like is fitting because it's the resurrection of DIY. And actually, as of today, the day that this is being filmed, Monday the 28th, which they were supposed to be closed at 10, but when I checked this morning, they were already closed. So if you would like to be in it, too late if you did not, fill out the link for submission. But yeah, I did not. I was gonna fill it out today, and it was closed. DIY officially has a new home, and I cannot wait for all of the incredible drag that comes from it.
While we wait on DIY's Resurrection Day, let's get into all the things coming soon.
With spooky season coming to an end, the Preferred Few is expecting a new episode on the channel.
Any clues on who the next guest might be?
So this is actually someone who I literally talk to just about every single day, but barely know through would drag. They do drag, obviously. But yeah, it's someone who I've always had an obsession with their personality, and they're an incredible performer. And yeah, they just won a Drag Assassins. I feel like that. I'm just gonna leave that there, and that should
not you spilling all the tea.
That should be able to connect the dots. With that happening soon, we also have a birthday coming up in the house. Amber, are you excited to turn 30?
First off, you know what?
I'm sorry,
because you have to edit this. You stupid. Yeah, it's exciting. 28 is gonna. I 38. Can feel 28 hitting already.
38. Although it's not officially announced, but it is confirmed, Amber and I will be celebrating her birth month on November 13th as we perform together in Priscilla's Playhouse.
Just the two of us.
I mean, in Priscilla.
Can make it if we try. Well, yeah, she's always there though.
So it's not.
Priscilla be rocking the house down boots with this show.
It's not just the two of us.
It's.
Anyways, yeah, I've been, we've been going together to this show for a hot minute now. So it's super exciting to be able to finally be a part of it.
Yeah.
And to come and twirl for the girls.
Yeah.
November 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flyers will come week, I'm sure.
Show starts at 8 p.m.
Yeah. Free admission too.
Free.
I mean,
Free.
Yeah.
Make sure to come out to Owls on 7th, November 13th to see us both in Priscilla's Playhouse.
And don't forget, shortly after that, you can actually catch the DIY Resurrection, also at Owls, November 23rd at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Closing out my November and starting my December is actually a show I am super excited for at the Nick.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny because this is actually through a coworker at my day job who does burlesque, and they wanted to do like a multi talent show with a bunch of different entertainers, and I'm the drag entertainer for the show, and it's happening at the Nick, which I love the Nick. That's the main reason. One, I love the person who asked me to be a part of it. They're one of my favorites. But two, the Nick is probably my favorite place to perform, period. So when I found out it was at the Nick, I found it was a talent show. I was like, duh. Mm-hmm. So make sure to come out, November 28th and December 5th. There's 2 shows. I'm a part of both shows. There's different casts for both shows, though. Mm-hmm. In between both of those shows will be the 18th episode of The Preferred Few, with filming happening very, very, very soon.
Yeah. We just gotta confirm that they're gonna show up.
Well, I mean, this one, yeah. Because you know who it is.
I know who it is. Unfortunately, with new things to come brings old things to put down.
It is finally time to talk about today's season finale of Newer News.
Boo.
Yeah, so, as mentioned the last episode, when we first came up with the idea and the thought and, the process for starting Newer News, it was always in the idea to not continue it throughout the entire year, to have a pause, to have breaks in between the seasons. So this is like mentally to us, I feel like this is not a shocker to us, and it's not going anywhere. We do like the idea of having, just to put it out there, they don't do well. There was that one that for some reason got like 2,000 views. But
listen, we're just here.
It's a very consistent number every video, and that tells me that it's the same people who actually genuinely use it to be like what is coming to the channel. So therefore it's gonna stay. The only thing we can do then is add to it to make it better, which we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And there's several different ways we're gonna do this. The main way obviously is a new set. This is something that I feel like we're most excited for. The set is already in starting our production, I guess you would say. It's already thought out. We're dealing with that. New outfits is going to be a thing too. When we started Newer News, we started doing the same outfit over and over and over to save on having to constantly produce new outfits for the show. So that will probably be reused. However, it will not be the same outfit. We hate those outfits now because we've worn them to the grave.
Yeah, I'm ready to burn mine.
Yeah. And finally, a new format. There will be a totally different format. I specifically want the newer season to be more interaction with community. And also with that, there will be more community-based news. That's something that, I've mentioned we've been kind of trying to dip our toes in because, of course, it's important. Of course, it's kind of the joke of Newer News because it's new things coming to the channel and not actual helpful news. That's kind of like the joke of it. But, while at it, why not add some actual good news of what's going on? And, we've been doing that, such as Priscilla's Playhouse, Drag Assassins, Fawn's new Boulay Brothers Dragula review parties, so on and so forth. Those things will continue to add and be more prominent in the newer season of Newer News.
Yeah. Fine.
Make sure to tune back in for Newer News Season 2 coming January 1st, only on the Preferred channel.
Now that we're caught up with things to come,
it's time to get into the loop
with the Drag Race loop.
But before we get too deep, as Lemon says, it's not too deep, I must announce that the Drag Race loop will unfortunately be getting the cut for the new things to come in Newer News Season 2.
With that out of the way, let's talk about our newly crowned winner from Global All Stars.
Yeah, so spoiler alert, the winner of Global All Stars Season 1 is the one, the only Alyssa Edwards. How do we feel?
It looks rigged.
Immediately whenever it happened, I remember thinking, I can't feel happy because I feel like it was supposed to happen from day one. And not in like a mental that feels right, as in
Yeah. Like, I mean, as soon as we knew that she was rumored on the season, we knew she was gonna win that.
Yeah.
But the top 4 was fierce. Fierce.
They definitely gave the entire season a run for its money.
Yeah, 100%.
With that season at an end, we also have a new season about to be announced. And, for a good old season finale special,
it's time to finally break down the RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17 tea.
Yeah, so this is something that has kind of been touched on since Newer News Episode 1. But the tea has been so out there and so crazy that we've just been kind of waiting to talk about it. So you know what? We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the tea. Really quick, let's start with the cast. Acacia Forgot, Alana D, Arietti, Crystal Envy, Hermona Lisa, Jules Sparkles, Joella, Susie Toot, Sam Star, Anya Nerve, Blecky Stars, Lexi B Love, Lana Jarre, and Corey King. This cast does seem incredible. Obviously, no tea, no shade. We literally saw one of the people last week.
Literally had a full-on conversation.
Yeah, so no biases against that. That's not what we're here for at all. But looking at this cast, it's so talent filled, and it's also so southern. There's a lot of southern, local southern girls. Off the bat, people I'm super excited for is Hermona Lisa, Jewel Sparkles, Anya Nerves looks incredibly crazy. Lexi V Love, I love Lexi V Love. And recently, I've been getting into Corey King. Corey King has a YouTube channel now, and they're very funny. Yeah. And looking at the cast, though, straight off the bat, who do you say speaks at you?
So I'm really liking Jewel Sparkles, Lexi V Love. I'm living for Lexi V Love. I'm curious to see what she can do. I'm living for Lucky Stars, especially because it's like they're like the Crystal Method of the season. And I'm also super excited to see. I want to say Ramona Lisa, but also at the same time, I'm like, girl, you were casted on the spot. Like, I love Ramona. So Lisa. I don't know. So I'm gonna say Ramona Lisa.
But now getting into the actual tea, and this is the part, as mentioned, the cast has stayed the same the entire time, but the tea literally keeps going everywhere. So I've tried to narrow it down from what seems to be the most consistent, and here's what we got. The one that appeared, I feel like, on all of them is the first guest judge is Katy Perry. Boots Slay. So allegedly they had this little Squid Games challenge at the beginning prior to entering the workroom. So apparently there's going to be a divided entrance, which makes sense for talent shows. And of course they're going to do the tops and bottoms for talent shows as well. We're not going to get into per episode because we do have a rundown at the end. But to be noted, the first alleged talent show is the first episode. Yeah. So allegedly there's a bottom two of Hormona and Acacia, and there's like Acacia forgot, and there's like this whole like gag that it's like a fake elimination. So I'm super excited to see that. The second challenge is a design challenge where we see several girls fighting with Hormona, which is so and apparently it's over rhinestones too, which is so funny. And this is allegedly where we see Joella and Lucky Stars go against each other, where Lucky Stars is out. Third challenge is allegedly a dancing challenge where Anya wins and Joella is out. Apparently the Snatch game I've heard is not very good, so that should be very interesting. And allegedly Lexi does really good as Gilbert Gottfried, which is like so funny to me.
I'm curious.
And then Hormona apparently comes in fifth, which is very sad. There's a makeover that has to do with moms, which is very interesting. And then there's allegedly throughout the entire season a like twist that has to do with levers. And one of them gets to like choose the lever and possibly come back. And I believe Hormona gets this. But at the end of the day, we have top 5 to be Sam, Jules, Susie, Anya, and Lexi. Okay. This is crazy. When we look down at the actual placements, we have 14th being Lucky Stars, 13th being Joella, 12th being Hormona. See what I'm saying? It switches out because this says 5th, and this is the same like people, but super crazy. But I'm thinking maybe it has to do with those levers. But maybe that's why it's getting confusing. 11th is Crystal. 10th is Acacia. 9th is Corey. 8th through 6th is Ariete, Lana, and Lydia. 5th is Susie. Top 4 is Jules, Lexi, Anya, and Sam.
Come on, top 4.
Yeah, this is
I'm not mad about this top 4 at all.
No, and specifically Anya, Sam. I mean, they're all good. Lexi, I am super excited for. So I cannot wait. Anya Nerve reminds me a lot of what is her name from Kendra Onyx?
Oh yeah.
From So I'm super excited. Of course, Sam, Jules Sparkles. Jules, we saw compete during Miss Glamorous last year. So, we know a little bit of Jules, and of course, being the drag daughter of Chantel Sparkles. Super excited cast, super crazy top 4.
I'm super excited to see what our local girl
Yeah.
can do. Is gonna do.
Go to the top 4. Truly cannot wait for all of this incredible tea to finally play out on my screen, though.
But while we wait on that season to come,
let's discuss the unraveling of Drag Race UK Season 6. So we got a new episode. Crazy episode.
Yes.
Super crazy. First, last week we had Lil and Zama. Anyways, they were in the bottom, and Lil thankfully stayed because
Zaharia.
I
was trying to make out what you were saying, but that makes sense now.
No. And then last episode we had Kiki Snatch and Octavia.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
It was a very close call on the. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Kiki Snatch won the lip sync. But then Octavia won, so very interesting.
They're not going to send a front runner home.
This is LaCroix, whatever. She finally won an episode, which it was a talk show episode, so it makes sense. She can talk. But yeah,
the other ones couldn't though.
Yeah,
half of them couldn't.
But as a whole, this season is turning out very, very gaggy.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see how it's going to play out. I mean. I'm super. Kyron is my top 1 at the current moment. I'm living for Kyron.
Yeah.
Keeping up with season 666 was yet another episode of Dragula.
Yeah, so I mean, with no Tina Shade, once again, we're literally about to watch another episode. It's the second we get done with this, because the last episode was so cliffhangery. Was so gaggy. This episode, we were left on a cliffhanger, not knowing who was going to go home between Vivi the Force and Grey Matter. So super excited to literally get done filming with this. And 1, get done filming with this because I'm exhausted. And 2, finally see who goes home, because I'm super on the edge of my seat with anticipation. But yeah.
Especially being Grey is
a huge front runner. Yeah, a huge front runner.
Yeah, and a huge front runner in our heart.
Yeah, well, some more than others. With those exciting new seasons to come, it's time for your exciting new questions.
Your question reads, what can you recommend to help someone become more social?
Honestly, you know what? Theater. I'm going to say theater. I was such a, and it wasn't because of me, because of characteristics, because of, how I was raised. When I was a young kid, I went to a elementary school that, it was nothing but rednecks and people I did not get along with. So I was definitely an outcast and did not talk to anyone. And then I came to middle school, and it was like a chance for me to do myself differently. But it was hard for me to socialize because I didn't know how to from those many years. And I did theater, and it taught me so many things. Taught me how to be loud, taught me how to speak up for myself, taught me how to kind of read, who I'm talking to see what characteristics best benefit showing them. So yeah, honestly, do theater. It brought me out of my shell. It's something I did all of my high school years, and sitting there being a student director and seeing so many people go in and go out, even after I had graduated and came back and helped, the amount of people it changed is really crazy. People who go through theater seem to have a good understanding about themselves.
Right.
Yeah. And honestly, truthfully, looking at it in a mental state, in a therapy state, it's because you're taking yourself out of your own characteristics and putting in a different, person, zone, area, so on and so forth, which really gets you to step outside the box, and it kind of forces you to be social.
Right.
I just fun.
Put the effort in.
Yeah.
Because if you just sit at home in your 4 walls and do nothing, that's your problem.
And I think to add to that, with both of them, theater makes you put effort in, especially if you're in the South and you have a very hardcore theater director. you will put the effort in for
Yeah.
sure, and it forces you to be social.
Right.
You know, like I said, it forced me at least 2 days of the week when I was starting to be social. So your question is, how old are you?
I am about to be 21 years old.
You're a liar.
Or in less than 2 weeks.
Tell the truth. You're
28.
33.
I'm about to be 28 years old.
You're 33. With us being all talked out, it's time to end the episode. Make sure to follow me on all of my socials at The Only Preferred for brand new looks, gigs, and updates of newer season 2 to come.
Yeah, and make sure you follow me on all my socials at Amber_V_Valentine for new gags and gifts and gigs and lids.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for a brand new video every single Sunday here on the channel.
And a brand new season of New News coming January 1st.
Until then, stay preferred.
Stay full of love.
And always stay
ready for the news.